Welcome to the Forex Weekly Market Focused. We're going to be analyzing NASDAQ, Dexd and gold. And basically, we're going to be concentrating on following three-step process that you and I are going to follow along within this video. We're going to be on the weekly chart looking at the candle bias. And of course, we're going to be on the daily chart looking at structure. What does it say to us about the direction? And of course, we're going to be on the 4H validating structure to get intraday entries for the week, basically between the 4th to the 8th of March. That's what we're typically trying to analyze. Make sure you do comment below and let me know what you think about my overall sentiment in terms of direction, and let's just interact within the comments. So I'm going to jump on the screen right now. Okay, so we are on NASDAQ weekly time frame over here, and we are about to fulfill the first step, which is looking at the weekly time frame for the candle buys. As you can see here, it's showing me 4 days 12 hours because I'm recording this on Monday to predict for this coming 4 days from the 4th to the 8th of March. Okay, as you can see here, we've been quite bullish in terms of sentiment as far as it's been concerned, according to the weekly time frame. Now, the previous candles here do indicate a very much bullish sentiment, or rather that we're still bullish with broken higher highs. So far we're at the highest point in history of NASDAQ. We have never got to this price point. Now, what can possibly happen here in terms of what we're seeing? Can we now just conclude that we're just going up, or should we really investigate to ask more questions in terms of what is the market saying to us? Now, I see a rejection candlestick, or what some of you guys will call a shooting star, or yeah, there are many names for it. I just refer to it as a rejection candlestick or a hammer, as some of you guys will call it. And now we have a continuation candle there. It shows that it is very bullish, right? And we have this current candlestick. So what may happen here that I want to submit to you, my learned friends, is that we may have the market pull back a bit. We may have the market pull up. We can go into lower time frames to find out, but I'm already peeking something here. I do see this previous candle high that possibly I think the market would want to retest. Let me just make this a bit darker here for some of you guys who are using phones. Okay, so as you can see, this high, I just draw this line through it. Possibly by the opening of this candlestick, we might just pull back a bit right here. Then that's when we can look into buying further up. So something like this. Now, to validate that, let's go into the daily time frame. As we said, this is where we want structure. Then we can go to the 4H to kind of really see exactly the validation of that. I don't want to spend a lot of time on just one pair, so let me make sure that I do not lose myself over here. So as you can see, that's what we have, a really strong momentum candle that has broke this high. We can pull back and sort of retest that to either go further up. I see a demand level over here. But before we can spot demand levels, I need to see the structure. So quite clearly, the structure is very much bullish. As you can see, we can draw our smart money analysis. Again, you're more than welcome if you are any type of analytical trader in terms of as far as analysis is concerned. So as you can see here with break of structure, and we can sort of just clone that. There's lots of breaks of structure. Higher highs have been broken. We've been creating smooth higher lows right here that stand as demands. So this demand level was filled, so that's good. And now this demand level here was not so filled, but we had a fair value gap that the market actually just filled, and the market went up. That's a bit messy, I understand. Let me just in fact erase all of this. Okay, so we're currently here, we do have this demand level. Now the main question that a lot of traders would have, is it that the market will come across here and tap that and go up, we will see. I want to go to the 4H where we sort of validate all of this structure here that I'm talking about. Okay, let me just remove this, remove that, and we can see that weekly high from the previous candle there. It's exactly somewhere where I possibly believe that this is what the market is going to use to actually push up. So the sentiment has already been created for us that we are going up. Structures is still bullish, right? And such a very good coincidence, but I believe there's no coincidence. Just like you watching this channel, it's not a coincidence. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and also comment down below on what you think about this content that you see. Okay, there we go. That's the demand level there. This demand is the same line that you see over here from this previous high. Looking at this candlestick, we have a lot of imbalance right there that the market might want to fill in before we can start going back all the way up. So given the imbalance of this candlestick because of the momentum it pushed up, I'm predicting that the market will push a bit down over here and pull up. As you can see, this was the previous demand level, but now everything just became clear for us in terms of we're not going all the way there. We're going to the previous candle demand where that's what's going to push the market up. Okay. I just hope it does make sense. So, my conclusion there is that we are going to be retesting there and going up. So, how can we capitalize on this setup that I'm talking about? Maybe during the week now, as it goes around about Tuesday or Wednesday, I'd like for you guys, as the market has reached this high right here, right? Look for lower time frames like your 5 minutes, 1 minute, 15 minute for this kind of setup where the market of course has reached that high, which is that it breaks a lower low, given that we're in an uptrend, breaks a higher low rather to create a chalk, pulls back and sort of sells. So something like this. Let me draw it nicely. So we have that uptrend, the market breaks it, and then you pull back, you sell along for that, for this demand here, and then buy there. So if you can manage to get sells, okay, which is this cell over here, and if you can manage to get buys, on the demand, that would be great. Let me just move it here, something like this, guys. If you can get something like that, I believe it would be a very powerful thing that you guys can actually spot for this week. Okay, let's go into Dexd. I don't want to zero in much on a pair so that we don't waste a lot of time for this video. Okay, the very same sentiment, as you know, indexes did really have a bull run last week. I'm expecting more this NFP week. I'm not saying NFP is gonna buy, but we will see. I don't predict NFP days before. I predict it at least a few minutes before the market moves. Okay, but as you can see, the very same sentiment there that we picked up on NASDAQ is exactly here on Dexd. The market has been quite bullish. Now, the behavior that I see over here is that we do have a lot of imbalance that the market has sort of done with this candlesticks here. I tried to draw the fancy thing our teachers used to do, but yeah, it doesn't look so good. But as you can see, we have this long bullish candlesticks here that the market had imprinted for us this past week. Now I want to gather data. We can already see that the market is slowly pulling back, because when there's a lot of momentum like this, the market can't just take up from high all the way to highs. It needs to pull back in order to sort of, it's like, basically it's like, you know, when you pull back with archery, you need to pull it back. The further you pull back, and the higher it will go, or the further it will go, right? And that's the very same thing here that I pick up with this. So I want to go to the daily time frame and see what we can pick up. Okay. And we can clearly see here that we have a change of candlestick. So there is a spinning top. Some of you guys know this candlestick. It has two equal wicks, upper and lower, and a small body. Spinning candlestick, or rather spinning top, just simply means that we're about to have a reversal. But now this reversal, where is it going to stop? I see another spinning top candlestick here. And according to my experience, I know for sure we're going to get a supply somewhere there, some kind of information where the market is going to be hindered at that point. Okay. Again, you can already see the structure that Dexd has given over here. We have higher highs, higher lows, lower highs. So definitely we are aiming to solve this one. But now, where can we take profits? There's an evident supply, a demand over here, evident demand. But alongside, if we go to the H1, I was not planning to go to the H1, but we can clearly see that where I was anticipating buys initially because of this 4H, I think it was on the daily time frame rather. It was a daily time frame spinning top right here. Okay, that's where exactly in fact this demand is. So possibly this may actually sell all the way there given the structure that has already initiated on Monday right now, that we may be possibly selling all the way to this demand, then we get to buy. Now I want to go to gold. Gold has become its own beast. I'm really intrigued and enchanted by gold. It's been amazing. I've been making quite reasonable returns trading gold so far, and that's why I want to analyze it. It's been performing quite really way better, in fact, than indexes. Most people want to jump to indexes, but they don't know that gold actually pays more in most instances, especially trading prop firms. Now, I want to go to the weekly. Let's not forget our steps here. Okay. We can clearly see again the very same trend over here is that we can see that we are having this sort of long range candlestick, as you can see. Now, we already have opened here for the week. And I do see sort of like a demand level. I don't believe the market is going to pull back all the way there. I'm just going to place it over here because wherever there's a rejection candle, rather when the market sort of pull back there, I'll show you right what I'm talking about. Articulation kind of fails over there. But as you can see, if we can zoom in, whenever we have a week of a candle, especially on a bigger time frame, that week on, see, so there's a week, then the market gave us this full momentum body, right? So I do take this week right here and I want to analyze what really happened when the market was creating such a week. Then we go to the daily time frame. Look at this. We can clearly see where that week was taking place. We have a demand level. So what I'm essentially saying to you, family, is that I do predict that the markets should pull back because in order to even go higher, so according to the weekly bias, they should be going higher. But I don't think this week we should be looking at buys, maybe the other week or right at the end of the week, that if the market moves and mitigates these demand areas, we can surely buy. Okay, I do see a level right here where the market had imprinted that higher high that was broken. The market can use that as well instead of going all the way there. And we can clearly see that it can actually use this as a breaker, and the market actually gets to retest right here and then gets to pull back. Because already this was mitigated by this market going all the way up. Okay, but yeah, let me know on what you think about this few pairs that I just analyzed. I want to turn this into a series where you and I on this channel get to really share sentiment and really speak about what's happening on the markets. So I would like your participation on the comment section, as well as if you enjoyed this video, please kindly subscribe, like, and also share this video with your friends and family. Just want to say God bless you. Please watch the next video on your screen. It will surely help you to understand.